I'll stay off today.
All right, here we are, episode 95, part 1. We're going to get into this madness again tonight, picking up where we left off. We've got 4 to 6 players tonight. Might see Ryan again tonight, which is unusual. That'll be great. He doesn't often get a chance to play on a regular basis, but he might be joining us tonight. The halfway mark, and Ted as well will be joining us late. But otherwise, we've got 4 players good to go. Let's introduce our characters, and we'll get into this. Let's introduce our characters. We're going to start with Fred. Go ahead, Fred.
Well, thank you. Fred will be playing Draug today, as I always do. Draug is a barbarian from the Mammoth Lord country up in the north, the realm of the Mammoth Lords, and he kind of doesn't want to rage because he doesn't want to harm animals while doing so. So he usually slugs around on a glaive, chops stuff, and sometimes he rages. Always a fun occurrence for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Sometimes he rages. Sometimes. Good stuff from Fred. We've got Rachel tonight. She's with us once again. Go ahead, Rachel.
Hey guys. Today I'm playing Cypher. She's an elven bard, but she, despite being a bard, she doesn't always like playing music. In fact, she prefers her more roguish side of cavern and dungeon diving. Who knows what goodies you can find down below. That's her main drive. She's more of a solo adventurer, but she seems to put up with everybody here. That's more of her own words. Put up just so that way she can ensure a more safe return. She's not dumb. She knows how dangerous this place can be, so she prefers to use her illusion magic and to be afar and approach cautiously. And much like her illusions, she likes to have the illusion of her words as well, and she's very deceitful.
Very.
Very.
That deceit came in use.
Yeah.
The last episode.
It sure did.
Little deception there. You got the cult on your side now. After retrieving
yes.
the eggs. That helped.
She has a lot of questions for them.
Awesome. Thanks, Rachel. And we've got Kyle, of course. What's going on, Kyle?
Well, not too much. Finding a chest cold here, so apologies for the nasally sound. But yeah, I'm Kyle, and I will be playing a new character tonight. Something a bit different for me. Normally, I play frontline fighters, but this guy is a bit different. He is an arcane spellcaster. Kind of. Sort of. You'll see. Yeah, name's Zenorian, and we'll let the rest come as it may.
We'll introduce him right from the get-go. He's on the map. He will be. Got him invisible, but he's there. Yeah, and then we've got Dizzy. Thanks, Kyle. Dizzy, you're up. What's going on?
I play Agatha Wizardry, the witch, and I don't really know how to describe her, really, now that I think about it. Kind of tongue-tied now that I think about it. And
Stop thinking.
yeah,
Stop
definitely
thinking.
I play the witch of the group, and that's pretty much it.
That's good enough. Providing the group with some useful magic. Some powerful magic, anyway. Yeah, so that's our players. Will be joined by, hopefully, the dwarf, cleric, Ted's character. He's wandering the halls right now, exploring this new area. Maybe looking for a new place to be a safe haven for the group down here close to the action. And of course, Ryan plays Lofter. He's doing likewise. We'll see them tonight. Yeah. Now, Let's do a little backstory. What happened in the last episode? Briefly, fill us in. Who wants to do that? Anybody? Otherwise, I'm going to Kyle. It's a
I
hero
was there
point in
for
it.
the whole show, so
There's a hero point in it for you.
I got it.
Go for it, Kyle.
Yeah, when last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, as they so oftentimes call us, we were in a pretty rough spot. We were engaging 2 dread will-o'-wisps, and we had actually destroyed one of them. But our spellcasters took a severe beating, let's say. And then suddenly there comes Cypher. No, Cypher, you weren't there then. But then comes Valafor, came back in, charging in. Lofter came in as well, and Martova came back in with some much needed heals, and we were able to then dispatch the other will-o'-wisp. And as we were withdrawing back into this ritual room, for lack of a better word, we heard a dark, ominous, cackling sound behind us, and we saw a visage of a woman, all white. We assume that it's Belcora. She summoned some very powerful magic and threw it at us, which was completely devastating. Martova collapsed, and the rest of us were pretty beat up after that. So we fell back into this room. We did some healing. Found a secret door. Explored that area a little bit. Found out that it goes further down. We then peeled away and went down the southwestern door, and worked through a maze of hallways and a few rooms in there. We actually found some partial maps of the region, and some of the areas deeper below. So that was a score. That was huge for us. We then continued on. I believe Cypher scouted, looked around the corner, saw a couple more doors, one leading north, one leading south. And we went and opened up the northern door, and we were confronted with an individual. She wasn't threatening in a traditional sense, though Valafor and Bjorn kind of waded into the room and to do what they do. And we then had kind of a standoff where we were speaking to her, and this individual was speaking back, and everybody was piling into the room, and she was getting more and more fearful of all of our presences. And we made a deal that we would gain this cult as an ally if we could secure some chul eggs. I think they're chuls. Fritz can correct me here in a minute. So we went back to the dock, and Agatha and Bjorn stripped off the armor. Valafor tied a rope around his waist. Agatha had already waded in. And Bjorn dove in. They secured the ropes to each other, and down into the depths they went, about 20 feet down into this murky swamp water, and found the eggs. However, something else found them first. These giant chuls were there protecting the nest, and then things turned deadly fast, quick, and in a hurry. Both the characters were knocked out, unconscious, grabbed, and held. But thankfully, Valafor and Lochter and a few of the other players were able to pull the other characters out of the water, out of the murky depths, and revive them. And then Cypher had a brilliant play where she would use one of her minions, I think they're ethereal, to descend down, grab the eggs and some other various treasure, and bring it back to the surface. And we did that, and then we fell back into this room, presented, I cannot pronounce her name, but the leader of this cultist with the eggs, and we now have a pretty potent ally, with a little bit of, once again, Cypher finishing it off with a little bit of deception there, a lot of good stuff going down. And we actually have an ally. That hasn't happened in a bit. Dulac. Gotcha. Dulac, yeah. We encountered her, and she was very appreciative. And then she saw all the slain cultists, and Cypher was able to pin it on Belcora's minions, and we were able to kind of walk away from that situation. And yeah, that's where we left it.
All right. Excellent. Give yourself a hero point for the recap.
Yeah, we were kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what we'll do here, as you've gathered in this chamber where they do their worship or whatever you want to call it, meditation, that's where you guys currently are. We'll assume in discussions with her, Dulac, she's made it clear they're still using this area. Some places are kind of like off limits, it's where people are sleeping and stuff like that. And they use this for their meditation. So if you could pass through any of these places that you want, but if you want to set up a safe room, which you've been kind of discussing amongst yourselves, where would you like to make that? You have any place in mind? This room here to the west, I'm going to close the door and I'm going to lock it. Because that's a storage room, supply room for them. So yeah, there's torches in there and there's a chest full of goodies, but that's theirs. So that's kind of off limits.
We could make it down here, like take these bottom two, like where this cell is, and that padded room. We could take that.
Yeah, and she's very upset that her second in command is now dead. Killed by Belcora's allies, of course. So it's been suggested by the quite convincing Cypher. So let's remove that body. You could do that. Be wary of the prisoner. That dastardly creature known as Huglu. We had him as a prisoner, of course, but he seems to have escaped. More of Belcora's handiwork, I suspect. So he's nowhere to be found. So that is like a little prison room. You're free to use it if you want. The room where that guy was in that you slaughtered, down here, Bjorn, where you clicked. That is a good option because they're not using those rooms. Either one. So if you want to do that, you can do it.
I'm mainly thinking the cell room because we have the keys, so like we can put our stuff in there, and it's under lock and key, literally.
Okay. So
And
this
then
one.
like we can just sleep, yeah, and then like we can sleep over here.
So let me bring the party token on so you guys can refresh your memory of what we're talking about. But yeah, down this corridor here in the southeast. This chamber to the west is what we're talking about. Needs some tidying up. But yeah, nice little place. Got a key to it. Maybe grab some of the pillows and sofa material from the other room. Bring them in. Either one of those rooms are good, so I'll leave it up to you how you want to do that. They're not going to use either one at this stage. So,
Could we take both?
yeah.
I don't think we need both.
They're not using them.
Well, I was thinking since this room has a key that we could put like all of our valuables in it, and then we could always sleep in the fluffy room.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in that. Let's get rid of that.
Either way sounds good for Draug.
Yeah, I guess if they're not using it, it's a space that we might as well use, I guess. Not a big deal.
Plus, we can lock it since we have the key, so there's no risk of them taking all the crap because it's under lock and key.
Let me create you a new chest. Call this chest 2. What is this? A loot? It's a loot thing, right? The chest? Yeah. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put a chest in that cell room. You can put your spare stuff in there. You should all see it and have access to it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Make it a little smaller. Okay, so you guys can open that up, put things in there. That'll be your chest number 2. I think chest number 1 is up in the other room. Above. Okay, no problem. And Cypher, I did put some stuff in your inventory. You need to divvy up the treasure that you guys found. Because I put it in there in your inventory. So whatever you guys just picked up. I don't recall exactly what that was.
I know there was a bunch of silver and, like, what, 9 gold?
Yeah, I think it was 9 gold and a longsword hilt, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you took the hilt, though, already.
That was a sword. I think we identified them, didn't we?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Long sword of striking, +1. So somebody has that, I think. Boy, look at all the stuff in that bag. Bag of holding. Unusual treasure. Some kind of ruby. Regardless, everything that you see on your sheet is what you have, Cypher. How you choose to divvy it up is up to you. I'm sure you were the first one to grab treasure and stuff, throw it in there. I'll leave that all up to you, whatever you feel is appropriate.
Let me just extend my character sheet so I can view it all.
Bedrolls.
Yeah, well, she shoved her bedroll in there. That's hers. No need to carry this thing on my back all day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We do know that I have the 2 regular long swords. I had grabbed that rope myself. A lot of this stuff is we considered just to be like treasure or materials we'll deal with later. That wand of magic missile she wanted to hold on to. Same with illusionary creature. Because Karma got the other wand. More valuables. Anybody here interested in a breastplate? It's nothing special, but if you're looking to change up your armor, or if anything has gotten damaged, there's always this.
Draug, you want to upgrade your kit here?
I have a breastplate.
All right. Well, note that if anything happens to it, we have a replacement, and we will tailor it to fit.
Yep.
I don't know what this is. There's a fragment of the pendant. And that's my rapier that I've just put in there because I couldn't carry it.
Get rid of the fragment. They were used to open that door to Arevian.
That's why I like had such a question at the end of my sentence there. I'm like, wait, what is this still doing here? All right, I can get rid of that. Delete. But I have my typical thieves' tools in here. There's a few things that shall not be named because it will get a few of our more lawful good people angry. So those shall not be named. I do have a repair kit, superb, in here. There's a light hammer. But a lot of this other stuff is like better off sold.
Yeah, I think we had agreed the last time. That's just sell it because we're not going to get any real use out of it.
Yeah. Oh, including the game board. I forgot I picked that up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. But for a player-to-player knowledge-wise, the other items in the bag, the ones that I said that shall not be named, those are poisons specifically. And I know a couple of the characters we've been traveling with are very against poisons. At least it might be against your anathemas. So that's why I was like, we shall not name those, but that's not to say they won't be used in secret. I'll delete the blue-brown egg the size of a human head because I see you already added the Chul egg. So let me get rid of that. I'm assuming I gave all but the one that I kept to them.
Yeah, the rest Draugate. You weren't here that time.
Oh, well, I don't think you reached into Cypher's
No,
backpack. All right,
from
then
this room we're in now.
Oh,
There was
did
some
anything
cookies.
happen?
They were nourishing, very filling.
Oh, okay. Well, I have one in my bag that I didn't give away for fear of, for many different things.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, we've got some semi-precious stones, quartz, the game board, ruby. There's like materials like cold iron chunk, adamantine chunk, silver chunk. So like these are materials that might be used if we want to craft things in town, but it might take a lot to just find somebody trained enough to work it and for, X amount of time.
Yeah, and it might be kind of one of those things. They're pretty valuable, so it might just be kind of one of those things where we just chuck it in the sell pile. Because I think the only blacksmith in Otari, we kind of ran off and stole a sword. And I'm not going to name names, Carmen.
Yes. So did anybody want some gold? That doesn't weigh anything and we can just divvy up now. So should you want to buy anything separately away?
Bjorn wouldn't take any gold.
Draug neither.
I guess our weight would off.
Got any food?
I hold tightly onto the egg. No.
Oh my.
Just got my normal dried rations.
Agatha's more interested in crystals and stones of that kind of nature.
Ah. Well, we have some of those, but more of the selling kind. Would you like some semi-precious stones?
Yep.
have 10 of them. I put them in a chest.
Where's the chest at? It's not showing up on mine. Do I have to refresh maybe?
It's over here.
I might have
Or,
to
well,
refresh.
it's right next to there. Yeah, you might have to refresh.
Yeah, Bjorn will start putting some various weapons in there. So Draug, if you need to upgrade your gear, got a bastard sword and some other things here.
Yeah.
So we have this safe room. Cypher's just gonna ask the others, like, so, I don't think we, or maybe you should remind me, did we leave anything in the other one? I think that there might have been a ring of resist in there. I don't know, but don't let us forget that we've got things here before we head out, after we, defeat Belcora and her minions, Would hate to leave this place without our winnings.
So there's a loot chest back in Otari that you guys can access that has all kinds of stuff, a lot of weapons and stuff in it. Healer's tools.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a chest back in Otari at the Rockfish that you have. That's full of stuff. That's one chest. The other chest, of course, you should be able to access that chest here in the actors directory. But you don't really
For
want to do that. You don't want to take
some
stuff
reason
out
the
of there.
chest still isn't showing up.
There's chest and there's chest 2 you should also have access to in the actors directory. Now, the one on the map here is chest 2. That's the only one you currently have access to.
I think the
But if-
door might be closed because I can't see it anymore either.
But if you wanted to look and see what's in the other chests that you got laying around, they're in your actors directory.
Click on the torch, guys.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kept pinging it.
Yeah, Draug will rummage through the box and grab a sword. Toss the glaive into.
After he was done, she would look through the chest, find the precious stones, and put them in her component bag, and then she would look at the research notes and kind of take those too if nobody was going to take them.
Sorry, I'm eating hot curry, so it's... I'm like, chew, chew, chew. Yeah, go ahead, take those notes. Yeah, you might find a good place to sell them in Otari.
Yeah.
Of
More
course.
than that, maybe.
I was gonna say, of course, Cypher's just like, yeah, that dude. I'm not gonna bother to remember his name. Once this is over, I'm out of here. But she stares at that gloom blade like, whoa. I'm not even gonna use that, but that is one crazy looking weapon. Very finely made. And as always, if you would like, I can put these in my bag. Let me just count up my bulk first. Oh wait, no, I can definitely hold it. I'm nowhere near the capacity limit. I was like, it's getting kind of full, but oh wait, no, we're good.
Yeah, like if you want to take it and hold on to it, by all means.
Oh wait, who's been holding on to that bow? Whose bow
I
is
have.
that? You've been holding out on me?
You never asked.
I didn't know you had a composite longbow. Let me just yoink.
Cypher gave it to Bjorn. Here's some arrows for it too.
Oh, I feel like that was intended for another character. Yeah, she's just like staring at that and she's like, "Ooh, I'll take this. I'll take that." Yeah,
Yes, Cypher gave it to Bjorn.
I'll take those arrows. Replenish my. There we go. Yeah, combined stack. Nice. Yes, I can hold on to this stuff and move things around so that way I'm not encumbered. can. Granted, it's a long bow and not a short bow, which is what I normally have, but that's alright. I'll just make sure I'm very far away from combat.
As long as you're outside of 30 feet, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, very clearly, Cypher's just like, I'm putting this stuff away. If you need it, let me know. I'll put it right back into the chest. I'm looking through the potions. Nothing is like healing. But if anybody would like, I have something for those inclined to explosives. I have an alchemist's fire.
Oh, very handy.
It's definitely like to go boom. I have 10 of them? Looking through her bottles, it's just like, oh, here's one. Here's another. Oh my god, there's another one. She just keeps reaching into the bag. It's just like, what is this, a bag of duplication? So,
You're just kind of looking at her like, okay, there's 1 plus 2. That's more than 1, Cypher. I hate to disagree with your math, but...
Here, I put 2 into the chest. Like, if you have the room, just take one. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. Like that, like, explosive arrow that I had.
Agatha would have seen Cypher take the amethyst stone, be like, what would you be willing to trade for the stones?
Oh, they're just pretty little rocks. If you want, you can have that back.
I'll give you 1 gold for the, if you have 2 of them.
Oh no, she'll just put them in. Let me just find them. There we go. Amethyst stone. Yes, there were 2 of them. She put them back. Here you go. I admit I can be greedy at times, but, you know, I don't want anyone here to be unhappy.
As Agatha is reaching for the amethyst stone, she'll see the alchemist fire, look back at Cypher and go, "You've been holding onto these the whole time?"
Hey. I'm sure you have a bag of your own. Once you throw it in there, you kind of forget that you have it. Feel free to take those and help yourself. If you want, if we need to divvy out more, I've got 8 more of those bad boys in here.
I'm not about to take it.
And just be happy
really
that be happy that they're in my bag and not accidentally hanging around my waist, and then I, you know, receive some fire breath of a dragon of some sort.
Or you fall.
And then Cypher, like, finds some wood and just, like, knocks on it. She didn't want to jinx herself.
She looked back at Drog and hold up the 2 fire, and she goes, "Do you want them?"
Nah, I don't need them.
There's 4
Looks
of
at
us.
Bjorn.
We each could get 2.
I have no use for such a weapon.
Heck, every time we turn a corner, we could just throw one for good measure.
As much as I'd rather like that tactic, and I normally have to run toward the flame.
She'll reach in and discreetly take 1.
And singed armor is hard to clean.
Oh, okay, there we go. No wonder why it said I was over encumbered. Stuff didn't go to my bag. Alright, there we go. Alright. I have my whip, my long sword, and now I've got my long bow. I'm feeling rather confident with what I have, but for good measure, I think I'm going to hold on to this fun little wand. And I'm just going to also add, like, take from the special bag, the wand of magic missile.
Yeah, it will serve you well. Draug, use that sword to good effect. It's a good weapon.
Yeah, it looks good.
Actually, Agatha, would you be able to wield such a wand? Are you adept in arcane or occult spells?
I am adept to. Let me see. She recalls her magic memory. I am very well trained in Arcana and occult. Though I'm mainly trained in Primal.
Alright. Which, like, on a player-wise, which is your main spell casting?
Primal.
Primal? Damn it. Alright. Never mind. Otherwise, I would totally give this to you. But you may find difficulty wielding such a strange wand.
What is it?
It was my wand of magic missile.
Oh, you can keep it.
I have the wand of illusionary creature, but I think that's also going to be a no-go. But I actually have to look into that because it's not listed on the actual item.
You mean the servant that you hid from us while you enjoyed watching me and Bjorn go down almost dying?
No, that was a creature of my own design. This is different. She says so cheerfully.
Agatha just looks at her like,
And
I'm
proudly.
going to kill you.
Okay.
This safe room should serve us well for our further adventures.
I agree. This looks decent.
And defendable. And yeah, once Bjorn gets done putting all his stuff in his chest, he will head back out to the main room.
Chest. The garden? Chest in
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah, like, he'll be heading back up there once he puts all that stuff in there.
All I see is alchemist fire. That's all I see in it. Did you put a bunch of stuff in there?
Yeah, and then Cypher put in her bag, and then Drow took some stuff.
Let me refresh then.
What are you looking for? Because I put a bunch of stuff into my bag.
What's in the chest in the room?
It should only be the alchemist fire. It looks like there's just one left, although I can put more, really. And it's a moderate, so be careful. That's going to be a pretty big blast.
Can't be any worse than Fireball.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just 2d8 fire damage, 2 persistent, and 2 fire splash damage. So, yeah, make sure no one's nearby that we care about.
Yeah, because they're gonna die.
I don't know, but they're definitely going to feel the heat.
Lily roast something in the armor.
Yeah, for Wand of Illusionary Creature, unless you have that spell in your repertoire, or it's something you can cast, then you can't use the wand. So like that's why I can use the magic missile because I already have it as a spell. So it just allows me to cast it again at level 2 without using a spell slot. Yeah.
Which
Alright,
is
so
pretty
yeah,
damn
I'll keep
handy.
that one out. Absolutely. And then I do want to keep some sort of potion. So I do have, and just everybody keep this in the back of your head. I do have this elixir. It is the infused mist form elixir. I do have 2 of them. This is one of those last-ditch efforts to get away, but it may do some weird things to your body.
Noted.
AKA, you become a humidifier for like 1 minute.
Vapor form activated.
So thankfully, reaching into this bag is the equivalence of reaching into my normal backpack, so, like, actions-wise. So it won't be impossible to do it on a turn, to take it out.
Fantastic. Breaking out the heavy artillery.
Outside this door, is that individual we spoke to prior, last session, are they still out there with all the other, yeah, that guy, with the other cultists? Cypher did want to talk to them, and while everyone's rummaging through the stuff and debating on what they're taking, once she's done, she wants to go out there and ask him a question. Am I out there? Yeah. I see my token, but...
So,
And as Cypher walks up there, Draug will kind of follow.
Yeah, same for
Not,
Bjorn. Bjorn will have to-
not in her heels or pulling at her skirt, but keeping a wary eye.
She picks up speed. Oh god! They're following!
So, yeah, Draug, you're following close behind. And while the rest of you are down there organizing and setting stuff up, at the tail end of that anyway, Cypher sneaks off. Kinda. And Dulac is back there. Now, you did notice that there's some other cultists wandering around and also watching you. You see them. In fact, Dulac has a couple of them in this chamber with her. I don't have them on the map, but just so you know, they're around. How can I help you?
So Cypher doesn't want Draug to hear this. Not specifically him, more so the others. She doesn't want to cause alarm. But she speaks to... It was Durac, right?
Dulac.
Dulac. In a hushed tone, she says, "Please, tell me more about your patron. I may be interested in converting." I wanted to ask this at the very end of last session, but I was like, what can of worms am I opening? She asks if there's a pamphlet, a class.
A brochure,
No, but
a
dead
travel
serious,
companion.
she is very interested in just converting. What do you have going on here? What is this all about? It's a lot of interest, but there's also she's trying to give off a casual feel about this.
That reminds me.
Yeah, could somebody like me convert?
You could. Let me grab the name here. Write this stuff down. I don't know where I put it.
Earthagal?
Yeah, it's something like that. There it is. Earthagul. G-U-L. Earthagul. So... Why, yes, we would gladly welcome you into our little group of believers. Earthagol is quite loving, quite protective, and merciful. You would be welcome in our group. We will talk more about this in a more appropriate location. And she eyes down towards the door where Draug can be seen. And here's a little pamphlet. She gives you a little piece of parchment.
Ooh, I love reading material.
There you go.
She'll, take a quick glance at it to make sure that, well, one, she can read it, and then she'll roll it back up and slide it into, like, just a inconspicuous pocket.
Okay.
Just like, oh, there, it's a, thank you. I appreciate your accepting nature, and yes, we will talk more on this later.
We will. And it's just then, as you tuck this little piece of paper in one of your pockets, looking down, you notice something. You notice that your clothing is covered in cat hair.
Oh, you mean real life? Way to call me out, Fritz.
You're welcome. Just covered in cat hair.
She's gonna be quite confused. She'll try to, like, wipe some of it off. Why am I covered in cat hair?
Yeah, you do that, and it's very difficult to do. The hairs are all kinds of different whitish colors, little brownish, whitish colors. But yeah, it begins to fall on the stone surface. Ah, you are quite fond of pets as well, I see, says Dulac. You're not sure where that came from, but yeah, it's very noticeable now that you look at it. Your arms especially are covered, your sleeves are covered with cat hair. And while we're discussing this, I have someone I'd like you to meet. 1 second. And she looks back towards the southeast. Anorian?
Yes.
You're hovering close around a fire. It's glowing orange. The darkness surrounds your back. In front of you, you see this odd-looking creature. A dwarf, perhaps. I am afraid that you will have to forget these things we spoke of, Anorian. But they will come back to you soon enough, I promise.
I understand.
You hear footsteps coming up behind you. You instinctively turn to your left over your shoulder where you're typically accompanied by Grizzleton. He's not there. But you see someone walking up towards you. Bare feet. Bare-legged. Wearing only a breechcloth. A staff in hand. Long, white, flowing hair. Long ears. Excuse me. He clears his throat as he steps forward and puts his hand on your shoulder, Anorian. They will welcome you amongst their number. But remember, keep the amulet close to you. And watch Agatha. She knows things as well. We will speak again. And he reaches down into your open hand. You feel something cold in your palm. And as his hand slides away across your fingers, before you can see what it is that's lying within your palm, your hand instinctively closes into a fist. It draws near your breast. You place something cold in your pocket. You have no questions. You know what it is. You trust. And suddenly the fire begins to die down. The flames shrink. The heat grows cold. Take care of yourself. We will be watching. Blackness envelops you. Now the rest of you have gathered in the chamber with Cypher, Draug. Let's bring the rest of you up here. Agatha, slithering up there in the form of a snake. Bjorn. You've all gathered around, keeping your eyes on these cultists that seem to be going in and out of doors. Nowhere near to the northeast, however. Dulac returns. I have someone I would like you to meet. A new acquaintance of mine. And there, stepping out of the shadows from the southeast, is a familiar face, Bjorn. An old friend. Or is it?
Yeah, as soon as Bjorn sees who it is, as soon as Dulac says an old friend, kind of see Bjorn's face kind of drop. Honorian, you son of and then he switches to a different language and begins to talk to him.
Go ahead.
Does anybody here understand Scald?
Nope.
Nope.
What's the language?
Scald.
Scald.
Let me look.
Is it
You don't.
Scald? Scald. Yeah, Scald.
Common, Draconic, Dwarven, Fey, Halit, Necro, Orcish, Sakroth.
No. But yeah, they begin to speak in Scald. They seem to be going back and forth. Honorian seems to be chastising Bjorn, or at least it would appear that way. You don't really make out much words. Language sounds very different.
I should mention, you see the big old bear. Well, he's not that big. He's still a young one. Grizzleton. He's right there next to you, Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn would actually kneel down and pet Grizzleton. Yeah, and he would look back to Honorian. Well, he's well fed. You kept him well for. War was no place for such a pet. Forgive my manners. Cypher, Draug, Agatha, this is Honorian. We fought a few battles together once, a long time ago. But you all get the impression that it's kind of more than that, a lot more than that.
Draug looks over at Honorian and nods to him in recognition, and then stares towards Grizzleton and lets the bear know that he should stay away. I do have command animal, but that shouldn't be necessary.
No, Grizzleton keeps his distance from Draug. But he will go up to Cypher and kind of muzzle around her knee.
I'm not tempted to just make her allergic. Achoo! Achoo!
As the bear comes close to Draug, he will step away. We'll go up to that corner and squat down, sit and look really miserable. More miserable than he usually does.
But yeah, Bjorn will introduce Honorian to everyone.
Agatha just stares curiously at the bear.
Yeah, Cypher's just like, I don't feel like I don't like being a sandwich between Bjorn and this bear.
So I see you're down here in this particular part of the world as well. Honorian chimes in, looking to everyone. How far have you got?
Well, how far is this?
Not far enough, it would appear. But yes, I am Honorian, and I will be assisting and lending a hand as well as I can. And his physical description, he's not quite as tall as Bjorn, not quite as wide, thick, I should say. Probably about 6'11". His face is actually hidden by a cowl and a hood. He's wearing chainmail. He's got a warhammer on his right hip, shield strapped on, and he looks like Cypher. He has a spell book strapped onto his belt.
So, Nurian, you
Cypher adds, I can tell you're going to be an interesting person. I don't
Oh,
know if
cool.
I mean that in a good way or a bad way.
Good. Mean it in a bad way. That means whenever I prove you wrong, that just means I get to rub it in all that much more.
Agatha's gonna mutter under her breath, "Great, we have another sarcastic one."
Yes, do you have a problem with that, human?
Are you gonna be constantly sarcastic?
Always. Are you always dressed so meh-ly?
Cypher steps in and she's like, hey, you have to earn the right to be this sarcastic. Kind of standing up.
Is Cypher same between Honorian and her?
She's like at the pole. hey now.
If she's gonna do that, then Agatha, she's gonna get straight in Cypher's face and go, "Then you have to earn the right to be as powerful than I am, so watch yourself." Just wanders off.
She shrugs. She's like, I'm not in. This isn't supposed to be a power contest. This is a contest of survival.
Well, apparently it is for you, since you gotta lie to us.
What lies are we telling now? Can I get involved in that?
I don't know what she's talking about, but, some people aren't always grateful for being saved.
Well, naturally, Knife Ears, you should take Bjorn for a proud example. He always hates being saved, and he will extend a hand to Cypher.
She doesn't accept it. She just sticks her tongue out and gives a raspberry. Very childish manner.
I would have expected.
I tried to accept it, but it doesn't exactly sound great over. But she's just like, nah.
Agatha's just gonna look at Drog, shake her head, and then she's gonna motion towards the door, kind of trying to get past him to go through.
Drog moves out of the way.
Bjorn will kind of look to Cypher. You can trust him. I have as well. I will remain behind and guard the safe room while my runes recover.
Alright, well, Honorian, what are your intentions?
My intentions are rather simple. I've come to lend assistance to this big hulk of a man that you see before you, and if you are aligned with that, then so be it. But my motives are my own, as well as my passion for being here. Those you have to earn as well.
I have no interest in earning those, but before the rest of them get away, why don't you join us? Like a trial run. and see how well you work with others.
In the
You
distance,
don't have
you
to
hear
like us, you have to work with us.
in the
Well,
distance, it's
coworkers.
kind of. I was just gonna say, in the distance, you hear something that smells like. Well, not smells, but it sounds like something getting smacked off a wall with a groan.
Well, I see that I've already made one adoring fan. Bjorn, do try to rest. I doubt your mother would like to find you dead in this place. Bjorn kind of grumbles and looks to Cypher. Watch out for him. He's good people. He may sound like an asshole, but he'll protect you.
And as you
I will
say
have to
this,
take your word for it.
as you say this, Honorian, your hand reaches up to what was put in your pocket, that you put in your pocket. And you reach inside and you grab it. And it's very warm, comforting. Everything is as it should be, you sense. And you reach out to Bjorn, telling him to take this. Bjorn, you reach up. You take it.
Yeah, Bjorn will.
You feel... Well, you look at it. It's a small stone. It seems to be a reddish-black stone in color, maybe about 1.5 inches, 2 inches around. And as it lands in your hand, you feel your hand begin to cup it and clench it until it's out of sight. And as you do, it feels very warm and comforting. You feel a tingle go up your arm towards your shoulder, but it doesn't feel threatening until your whole body begins to almost pulse with this warmth. You think of Ayamode, but you feel very calm and very relaxed. Everything is as it should be. You look to the safe room or wherever it is you want to go. You say your farewells and you begin to head towards the safe room. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, Bjorn will go to the safe room.
Okay, we'll take him and put him in shadow mode then. But make a note that you do have this odd red and black stone on Bjorn. Well, let me make him visible. And for now, we'll put you in the safe room. Where you can contemplate
Fantastic.
things. Okay, so there's our newest character, Honorian.
And Honorian will look to Cypher and Drow. This is Grizzleton. He's a bear of mine that I found and I've nurtured. He'll be assisting this as well.
No, he doesn't even look up.
Okay, we're all set. All right, good. If you have any questions for Dulac or anything else, you can do that. Again, she reiterates that you have safe passage, but she kind of suggests leave some of these rooms alone because they're part of the cult's stuff, you know. But she does trust you somewhat, being as convinced as she is to the words of Cypher.
I have a question for the storyteller, or my GM rather. Have we rested since we fought the roper?
I don't know. The rope.
Or anyone else in the group who remembers?
I don't think we did.
Good question.
No, I think we still have a couple more hours before we can sleep, I think.
5.
Ah, so it's the same day. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You have about 5 hours.
Yeah.
Let me mark off some time.
Drag would like to tend to his wounds as time passes.
If you guys would like to rest and sleep here while you have the opportunity, spend the 5 hours just lingering around, we could do that. So if there's anything else you want to do for the next 5 hours, well, 4 hours, we'll say, after everything you've done so far, about 4 hours, you can do it. And then you'll get your rest, your 8 hours of rest, do your spells, get some healing back from that. We could do that. Is that an option you'd like to do?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, if you want to do any healing now, do it before your sleep. We'll just leave everybody's
All right, who's
token
got
in
the
this room.
scrapes? How's everybody feeling? All right. All right, Agatha. I think that's gonna be you first.
Agatha would have wandered off on her own to treat her own wounds.
All right, Draug. I can't find Agatha.
Draug has already started to tend to his own wounds. Can't roll though for some reason. I don't know why.
You would, Ed, did you click the medicine skill?
Yeah, I did. There is no active encounter. That's what
You're
it
on
was.
You're on attributes, go to skills.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a success, I guess.
I gotta roll a medicine check too, since this is.
Norian will.
Whoa, Draug. Yeah, that wasn't a critical
That was
fail.
That was the wrong,
Whoa.
the wrong way.
That was a poison, not an elixir.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, you got it.
What'd you get, a 31 on a medicine check?
Mm-hmm.
That's a critical success. Nice.
Oh, there we go.
That's 48.
D8 more, right? Yeah.
That's 4d8.
Yep.
So you rolled 2d8. You're going to roll 2d8 more.
I'll double it, so yeah, 14
Or double it. It is
Let's see
actually more
here.
dice.
damage. That was the wrong way.
Just so you
Sorry.
know, normally you double the final result when you get a critical, but there are some exceptions to that. And one of those exceptions is the medicine check. You don't double, you actually roll 4d8 instead of 2d8. So there's the chance it won't actually double.
I will roll 4d8. I have
Alright,
9
so. Let's see here. I did medicine check, rolled a 34.
What DC did you take?
15.
Oh, you got a 9 on 48? Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Can't roll. Can't roll. Draug can't
2,
roll.
2, 4, and 1. Ouch.
I rolled
Say
my
again,
own
Ryan?
dice earlier. I rolled 3 on 2d6.
If
Oh,
you
I
took
rolled 4.
DC 15 and you got 34, that's critical success. You would roll 48 as well.
Okay.
And if you're all good with that, you can get your sleep. 10 hours in this case. Which means you can redo all your spells, Agatha.
Yeah.
Cypher.
Okay.
Cypher offers to take first watch. Not like we really need one, but she just stays up and waits for everyone to sleep.
I'll take second watch.
Yeah, and then Norian will go after that. Plus, we can use Grizzleton as well.
I don't know if I really trust a bear.
Draug mutters something to himself, but agrees to take last watch.
Okay. When everybody goes to bed, Cypher's just gonna cast Soothe on everybody. First on Agatha. Then on Draug, the 25.
Thank you.
Yeah, so she just waits until she hears some snoring, and then just quietly sings them in like an awkward lullaby, and then, you know, a magical healing infuses. I think you can take the wounded condition off too, once you've slept, Agatha, because then you're full health for over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But enfeebled doesn't go away until you have slept. Like, you're done sleeping, right?
I'm
I
actually not
think.
sure. I know fatigue does, unless they did otherwise, but I can just check
I think we
enfeebled.
talked about it. I went enfeebled too because of that, but...
I think enfeebled, it might be listed on the spell or effect that originally inflicted you or upon yourself.
Yeah.
It might be listed on that. So that could be a time thing, like after X amount of hours.
Yeah,
But
I
usually
think
it's
so.
like when you fully heal, usually stuff like that kind of tapers off.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is from the Roper, so...
Yeah, because Bjorn was
Dang.
enfeebled too, so, and I think Fritz said it takes 12 hours to drop by 1, I think.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, it will be gone when Draug wakes up for his watch. At least, if not before.
I'm gonna take away your wounded, Bjorn.
Okay.
So you guys still got the remnants of some enfeebled on you?
Yes,
Okay.
Draug has. But if it's 12 hours, then it should be gone when he wakes up for last shift. Last watch, rather.
8 hours of sleep. Full sleep will drop it, I think.
Yeah, but we had 5 hours before we went to sleep, right?
Yeah, but I kind of imagined that we just moseyed around, talked a bit, and then kind of everybody went to bed.
Oh yeah, the 5 hours plus 8 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
10 hours keeping watch, so 15 hours went by. Something like that. Whatever the set and watch hours are, there's a little table back there. It equates to about 10 hours, so we'll do it at 10. 10 hours plus the 5. You're all back in order and good. I will describe what happens, however. Where did I? Here we are. Yeah. So your safe room is back here in that little cell, right? That's where you're sleeping? Maybe set up your blanket rolls, maybe some extra pillows in there. Yeah, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
No, I think we're
Nah.
sleeping right across the hall.
Oh, in the other room. So you're using both rooms.
Yes.
Agatha would have, with the cultist's permission, she would have crawled into the one room with the bioluminescence plants and just fall asleep in there.
Where are you? You're not with them?
She'd be in this room with the glowing plants.
Where? You can't get in there. That room is locked.
Dang.
That's off limits. You could sleep in the cell with the strongbox.
She'll fall asleep beside the pot then.
All right. The night pretty much goes without incident. However, Draug, you hear this during your watch towards the tail end. And Bjorn, you pick up on this too. You don't think anything of it, but you do hear footsteps out in the corridor. You do hear mutterings, whispers. It's probably the cultists. For sure. This is assuming the door is shut. I assume you shut the door, correct?
Yeah.
Right. I only need to know one thing. Let me finish. I only need to know one thing, Draug. When you hear these sounds, what do you do?
I move towards the door to listen more intently.
Okay.
See if I can figure out what's going on.
Do you open the door? Do you peek through? You're hearing footsteps. They're intermittent.
Yes.
You open the door. You peek out. You see nothing. There's nobody there. I'll tell you what, go ahead and make a perception roll, since you're attempting to see things. So if something is hiding in the shadows, you're going to try and beat their stealth, if they're there. So go ahead and make that blind perception roll. Just so I know it.
I clicked it. I'm not sure if it went through.
I see nothing. Make sure you're on.
Yeah, I need to reload.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'll make the roll for you.
Yeah, please do.
Get a nice plus 15. Towards the north, as you peek through this doorway and look into the hallway. Across from you, of course, is the locked cell. But to the north, that door up there, you hear a creak. It's completely black. If the door was open and the room beyond was lit like it typically is, you would see light. You would see something. Now, you don't have any dark vision, correct? Nothing like that. Correct. So you don't actually see anything except that the door itself is slowly closing. Something was watching. And you notice that it clicks shut. Something was in here.
Draug doesn't think anything else than he closes the door, and goes back into the room and doesn't really think anything else of it than, yeah, of course they're gonna check us out. We have killed their tribe members. We have been here rummaging around for God knows how long. Of course they're gonna check on us.
Okay.
So we will not alert the others or tell anyone about it.
And if you say anything to the others, you can do that. You all wake up. You have some rations, so everybody deduct a ration. Of course, if you ate that egg, it was quite filling, I remember. I think everybody had that. So in that case, you don't have to deduct a ration.
I have a note about that, yes.
Yeah,
you're correct.
That filled you up. You're good for another day, thanks to those eggs of wonder. All right, so that happened. And it is now, according to your internal clocks, it's about what would be about daybreak if you were up above? No, I'm sorry. It's 1151 hours. Yeah, it's almost up on noon. Okay. You can begin your day. Outfit yourselves. Make your next move.
Agatha's gonna start preparing her spells.
And Norian will kind of get up, put his armor on, get well rested and prepared, and start strapping his gear on, and he'll feed Grizzleton.
Big piece of meat.
Oh yeah, almost like a cut up steak.
Marching order. I gotta erase this.
Guys
and start
eating better
over.
than we are.
Yes. And there's grains and stuff. Dried meat.
Well, you don't know where Anorian got this slab of meat from, so...
True.
Let's do our marching order. Who's going to be at the head of this new group?
Anorian can.
And who's behind or side by side to Honorian? Who's in second?
Me.
Left.
Wait, one at a time. Who's next?
Go ahead, Drog.
I was saying, I think we have time dilation today. I'm at the back of the group.
All right, who's second? I want to know who's second.
We can slip me right in.
All right.
Cypher doesn't have any preference. She's gonna just continue to do her investigation, which can be done at any point in the travel initiative.
Agatha, you're next. And bringing up the rear is going to be Draug.
And Anorian will be scouting to the front.
Alright, 1 second. I gotta kind of erase these and start over. I got so many characters on here. So, Cypher, what are you gonna be doing as you travel the hallways?
She's going to be investigating occultism. Seems to have worked pretty well. Just taking a look around and understanding some things.
Okay.
She'll be doing that.
I'll slow the group down to half move. Agatha, how about you?
I'll say that again.
How about you? What are you doing? Exploration activity. I had you on search before.
Yep. She's still in search.
Okay. Draug?
Scouting towards the back.
Scout. Back. Okay. And then we've got Anorian. What are you doing?
Scouting to the front.
Alright, we're going to skip Grizzle. Where is Grizzle in the marching order?
You can put him right behind Cypher if you like.
And you could also keep him right next to you. Figured he'd want to stay next to his owner.
He's small, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little bear.
Yeah, he's just a small companion.
Okay. All right, where would you like to go? You're back in the main room here where the... It's dark, by the way. There is no light in here.
Noreen has the light spell. He'll cast it on something.
What is that something?
My shield.
Okay, you got a shield? I don't know what you got. I'm not looking at your character.
Shield, Warhammer.
Okay.
That's it.
I believe you wanted to head up to the steps room.
So as the party gets ready to move out, Draug really doesn't care about where Anorayan is going or Agatha, so he turns to Cypher and asks, where are we going?
And for a moment, Cypher's like, "Oh, hold on. Let me just ask Bjorn."
Yeah, Bjorn is back there.
And there's no Bjorn. She's like, "Oh, oh.
He stays
Well,
behind.
I guess let's keep doing what we've been doing, traveling into the unknown."
Yeah, you lead the way then. I'll be here at the back.
All
Are you
right.
going to shut the doors behind you, Throg?
Yes.
All right, let's go back to this chamber. Long chamber features roughly carved stairs leading upwards. You've been here before, of course. Its sides are dotted with nooks. Empty basins fill 2 of those nooks, containing muddy water. As you recall, you fought some will-o-wisps here, as well as confronted the image of what might be Belcora at the top of the steps. Continuing on, pushing forward up these steps. If you don't know already, Cypher, as you're paying attention to the walls, and of particular attention to these nooks that have a water base, you notice that the water in both of them is quite muddy. You notice something else. Around the brim of these bowls, you see what looks like images, mixed in with perhaps some type of writing, almost runic type inscriptions. You recognize the symbol of Nimbeloth. Interesting. Of course, you also recall that the will-o-wisps are servants of Nimbeloth, so it makes sense. You push on. You reach the top of these steps. You hear water. Almost the sound of a waterfall up ahead, like water is coming down through this cavern and draining out of the wall and down below. You recall there was waterfalls coming off the walls into that stagnant pool, that stagnant pond of water. Or lake, rather. You push on. This chamber. It's a large, smelly cave. It opens out onto a cliff to your left, to the west, with a large body of murky water, about 20 feet below. This, of course, is the pond. Far below, Cypher, you can see the boat that you tied to the little dock to be able to get to this area. It's about 20 foot down to the water. At the edge of the cliff, and I'll ping this. I think you can see it on the map where I'm talking. But at the edge of this cliff, where there's a little waterfall, sits a heaping, reeking, smelly, decomposing carrion. A body. Something is dead. The stream of water flows from the north past this heap and over the cliff edge in a narrow waterfall. So, directly to your left, right here. Yeah, right there is where you see this rotting bit of flesh. A body. If you zoom in, you can kind of make it out.
Yeah, Norian will investigate.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Making sure no one comes after us from the south.
Okay.
Agatha would be exploring further up north.
Okay, you're gonna keep on moving ahead of the group?
A little bit of ways, but still keep within kind of yelling distance.
Alright, so Cypher and Draug, you're kind of hanging back, keeping your eye on Anorian as he leaves the group, maybe 5-10 feet away towards this waterfall and where this carrion is, correct? Kyle?
Yeah.
You're going to search it and start poking it around. And what are you
Yeah,
using?
examine it.
How are you examining it? Are you touching it? Using your weapon, your shield, your hands, throwing rocks at it? What are you doing?
He'd be poking at it with a stick, literally. Kind of seeing if there's any, basically he's trying to determine the manner of which this creature died, basically.
As soon as you begin to kick it over, all of a sudden the carcass rises into the air. You hear screams. There, you see 4 of those creatures, familiar faces except you, Anorian, were hiding under the carcass's body. You're going to roll initiative. I'll put everybody on the map here in a flash. Okay, let me pause the game here. You're all going to put yourself in the combat tracker. There's 4 of them underneath here. But at the same time that those 4 leap out...
You don't see that every day.
No, you do not. Hot damn.
Hey, Kedwin.
Hello.
Is Ted here? Okay.
Yep, he's here.
Hey!
Yeah, I sent you a message. I didn't know if you gotten it or not. I didn't want to interrupt.
Are you ready to play tonight?
I can.
Okay.
So if you're ready to bring me in, yeah, absolutely.
You're in. I'll just bring your character on the map here in a second. That does change things a little bit.
A secret 5th one was hiding underneath.
Yeah, like he just was the runt of the
Pops
group,
out
so he
from the water.
yeah, so he's the runt of the group, so he just decided he was gonna slide on out there. I mean,
Out of Draug's back pocket. Gotta have a
yeah,
stock healer.
literally.
Why were you holding on to that, Draug?
Like you cannot stuff that in Cypher's bag. I don't think it'll fit.
Pocket healer, go.
Anything will fit if you try hard enough.
Give yourself light, Kyle.
Got it.
Okay, so you got the light source. And Agatha, just as you approach the head of the waterfall, dropping from the ceiling, one of these creatures appears. Almost right on top of you. Now, let me see. Cypher, you're actually here. Draug, you're behind. And you're over here. And the bear, I imagine he's pretty close.
Yeah, he'd be pretty close to me.
Okay, that looks good to me. Is everybody in the combat tracker? I see Draug. Nurian.
I can add. There we go. I'm in.
Everyone's rolling perception. Of course, Cypher, if you want to use your occult, if it's better than your perception, you can always do that.
Thank you. I was looking at that actually, but no, my perception is better in this case.
Okay.
I shall use that. Oh, come on.
Oh Jesus!
Get
Are
him out
you
of the
good,
way.
Are you good? Like, are you okay?
It's just like there's a bear. There's a bear.
Yeah, but he's
Down
not
here.
gonna hurt you.
It's just freaked out.
Okay, where's the dwarf now? Let me get him into the game. Kedwin? Kedwin, I'm going to bring you into the combat. Bringing up the rear. Now, you were basically wandering the halls. You joined the group later on, found out that, they've got a little safe room here and can do stuff. How is your health? Because we did some healing and stuff. Give yourself a full night's rest. Go on your character sheet and hit that. get rid of your enfeebled. Drained.
I should have one drain left, shouldn't I? That's once per night.
What did you have, 2?
Yeah, I was at 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should be drained 1. I didn't know you were drained 2. There you go. And do you want to make a medicine check on yourself? If you have healer's tools, someone could let you borrow it. Go ahead and make a healing check.
I've got my own, but yeah, I'll do it.
See if we can get some extra healing there. Boy, these Starburst jelly beans are good.
I told you.
Damn, it's been a while.
They're freaking fantastic, and the sweet tart ones are just as good.
And you should have a hero point. Ted.
That's fine. I should see it on the tech. That's more healing.
Okay. So, you'll miss the first... Well, yeah, I'll bring you into it. I gotta have you playing catch-up, though. Right where I have you on the map is where you're gonna be starting, as you hear a scream of horror up ahead, maybe 30-plus feet away. The top of the steps. You're not sure what it is. You can't see from your current position, but you're gonna run up those steps, I'm sure. Let's put you in the initiative tracker. You're going to use perception. I'll roll it for you. And there you go. So we're all set. I'm going to reveal these creatures. Since you fought them before, we'll begin the encounter. And first is going to be you, Anorian. You guys think what you got to do. I got to disappear for like 30 seconds. Hold on.
Alright, now we get to see what a Magus can do, because I'm going to open this up with a spell strike with ignition. Cypher, didn't you do a recall knowledge once and find out these things are weak to fire? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Except for I stepped away for a second.
All right. Okay, Kyle.
I'm going to spell strike with ignition. So I got to do melee hit first. Alright, hit normal. So there's the damage from the melee. And then I have to roll damage for ignition. We'll just do that and we'll hit roll damage. So he'll take an additional 12 on top of the 14 for the hammer strike. Fire damage.
Oh, okay. So 12 points of fire damage?
Yep. In addition to the... Yeah.
Alright, that only does 7 points of fire damage against this creature. Doesn't seem to be as resistant. Or it seems to be resistant. The flames don't get as high and crispy as you would like them to be. But the blow did damage. That's a 7.
At least it's something. And, yeah. Last action, gonna raise shield.
Okay.
That's gonna be it for me.
Right. Next is Thraug.
Draug will stride. Game is paused.
God, I got another one.
Thank you. Draug will stride into combat range, hit the closest target to him, or at least try. With a mighty strike of his two-handed bastard sword. And 20 is a miss. Then he will shove the creature into, like, in a straight line back, so to the one, at the north end there. If he succeeds, and I guess that is a athletics check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shoves athletics.
Go.
But I think it does also count as part of your attack penalty as well.
Oh,
does.
yeah, okay.
It's
Fair
an
enough.
attack.
So, -5, so 20.
Can't read nothing. Okay, it's a Fortitude DC. Fortitude DC. Okay, and what'd you get? 25. That is a success. You push your opponent.
-5 though, since it's the second strike I do, right? Kyle pointed that out.
Yes, so you got a 20, not a 25.
Yes.
That's a failure.
Failure, and then I have to do
So nothing happens.
fortitude check, right? Or is that after the attack they do, maybe?
Well, let's look at these creatures. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's this right here, this aura thing. Ah, creature that begins its turn within this area. Yeah, they've got one. Yeah, it's a fortitude save.
But is it at the beginning of my turn?
Just make the roll. I'll tell you what happens.
A 35.
A 35. Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah. Doesn't seem to affect you whatsoever. This horrifying smell, the stench, it's not necessarily the creature that they were hiding underneath. This is something else. Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're done. We're gonna go
Yes.
to Catawin. Now you hear the screams of battle, very familiar to you, coming at the top of the steps. You know your friends are up there. You've been following them. Go for it.
Hearing the undeniable sounds of combat, Cadwin will, of course, join the fray. Cast.
Kyle, give Anorian a fortitude save as well. As Fred pointed out, this is something you would test at the beginning of your turn. Okay.
23.
And we'll cast guidance on the person he doesn't know.
That on Honorian?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. Gonna go to the creatures. see. They're all going to go at once. We're going to start up here in the north part. This creature that lands in front of you, Agatha, reaches out to claw you and beat you down with its fist. You have an armor class of 21.
Yep.
It's going to miss you. Wow. So it rains down a series of blows, trying to take you by surprise. It does actually catch you right at the tail end. It does manage to thump you over the head. You're going to take some damage. All right, this is going to be a nice little hefty punch here of 10 points bludgeoning. In addition, I need you to make a fortitude save. This is for something else.
Here, pointing.
Okay, go for it. I think you fought these creatures before, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good old DC 21.
Natural 20.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Nice.
ooh, ooh. This isn't a basic save. So, yeah, you made out pretty good with that. Okay. Let me see if you're immune. Okay, let's go down here. This creature here. Let me see. He's going to move here. Kah! He's surprised by the elf. He didn't see clearly before. And it's going to make you off guard, Anorian. But he's not concerned with you. He's more about the elf in front of him. He's going to try and clobber you, Cypher. A good sound clobbering is in order, he thinks. Yeah. Nope. 16 ain't going to do it. He's going to try it again. You easily deflect his blows. Here it comes. 22. Not enough.
Nope.
Ah, he hisses at you. Curses.
I'm feeling rather nimble. Try it. Try me. Wish, wash, dodge.
In front of you, Anorian. What's your armor class?
25.
You ease to deflect all the blows. It seems to be caught up in part of the carcass, and it almost topples over. You easily deflect its blows. Grizzleton is going to be attacked. Poor Grizzleton, he's just a little one.
Armor class 22.
Ooh, this one gave him a good, solid thumping. Isn't that critical? What did I get here? Did I roll twice? No. 12 points bludgeoning damage and make a fortitude save for Grizzleton. It's a 21 DC.
Okay.
Noxious sludge.
21.
Okay. You're okay. And this time an Anorian. Your armor class is...
25.
Let me fix your token. It's not showing your armor class. Right there. 25? Nope, that's a miss. Okay, this one back here is next. That's 10. 20. Oh, he's going to go there so we could attack. Schlink, schlink. He's going to attempt to strike a Norian. Let's see, what is his... Boy, these guys aren't good at anything. Skill-wise. Alright, he's just going to attack. Gets one hit in. Let's see if he can get another one. No, he gets one hit in. Let's roll some damage. 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and make another fortitude save. DC 21.
33.
Okay, he's good. What exactly is this? You're up next, Agatha.
All right. She's going to cast Elemental Betrayal. It's going to have the air element to it. And she's then going to bring both her arms up in an X pattern across her chest before flinging them forward to create Slashing Gust. Does a 25 hit?
Who are you targeting?
The creature in front of her.
Oh, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see. I guess his armor class isn't showing. It is a hit. You catch him.
Did you say it is a hit?
It's a hit. Roll normal damage.
Takes 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
I don't know if the air elemental kind of adds more damage to it or not. I can't remember.
You slash your hand in front of you in the air. Miniature ripples of air from each figure sliced your enemy. If you have two hands free, you can target two creatures. Otherwise, you target one. Make a spell attack against each target. You're targeting one. This deals 2d4 slashing damage, and a critical success, you do 4d4 bleed as well. So you didn't get a critical. If you're attacking two creatures, we can ignore that.
Had also cast Elemental Betrayal with the air element to it.
What is this doing? Your patron uses its elements, empowering them to undermine your foe. When you cast this spell, choose air. You chose air, right?
Mm-hmm.
The target gains weakness 2 to that trait. In this case, air. So what that means, if you do an attack that does damage, air damage, it has that trait in its description. The creature targeted will take extra damage, 2 in this case. So you used Slashing Gust.
Mm-hmm.
That has air in it, so he would take an additional 2 points of damage. So let me do that. He's going to take an extra 2 points.
And that's it for me.
All right. I'm on the ball here. I'm on the ball. I got this. Very good. Nice synergy there. Cypher, you're up. Last as usual. What's going on?
Not a very perceptive person, okay?
I guess not.
She's gonna kind of back up until she's at the base of the stairs, and she not recognizes, but acknowledges Cadwin, and is just like, "Welcome to the party." And then begins to cast telekinetic projectile at the one that had attacked or attempted to attack her.
One that hissed at her.
Yeah. So there's a lot of debris around, so she'll just go for something that's bludgeoning, a round stone, perhaps.
Okay,
See
doable.
what that attack's
Doable.
like.
Doable.
$27.
27, that's pretty good. That's a hit. You managed to catch him with one of those little donies right upside the head. Bonk.
24 bludgeoning.
Gravel fills his eyes. It's just a mess. He's reaching out toward you blindly. 24 points. Damn. Ah!
That's all I've got.
That's all you needed. You pissed him off. All right.
Oh no, you made it angry.
Yeah, he's mad now. He's mad.
Yeah, angry. Okay.
Honorian, you're up.
All right. You're going to see Honorian whistle to Grizzleton and kind of motion to the one behind him. So first action, I'm going to give Grizzleton 2 actions.
Command.
Command animal.
Okay, so
Grizzleton is going to spend 1 action to move here, getting the creature off guard, and the other action to attack it.
you guys are terrible.
And it is a hit.
Hold on, let me give it the old off guard.
Yep. So that'll take 10 points of slashing damage from the claw strike. And then we go back to Honorian.
10 points?
Yes.
All right. Tears into him.
And Honorian is going to spin around and target the same one that Grizzleton has targeted. That's critical hit.
Ooh.
For 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
Same guy?
Yep, same guy.
I think it'll do that for me. Yes, it did. Ouch. That cut deep. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. Whoops.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I did.
wrong one. The one behind Honorian.
That was quadruple damage. So, plus 36. Give him 36 back.
Yeah, I didn't use a spell strike on that one, so.
Okay.
Wrong one, Fritz. I was targeting this one.
Okay, wait a minute. You used an action to command.
Yep.
And then the creature took his 2 actions.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got your 2 actions left.
Action what?
Yeah, you made an attack
Uh-huh. Was a critical hit
on
for
this
36
one.
damage.
All right, let me give this guy another 36. All backwards here. 36. And take away 36 from this one. Minus 36. Got it?
Got it. And then I'm going to spend my last action to recharge my spell strike.
Yep. Okay.
I'm done.
Next is going to be Draug.
Drog will hit the creature in front of him. And he critically hits.
Yes, that'll be a critical hit.
Yes, for 32 damage.
What are you using?
Bastard sword.
Ah, okay. In the future, I'm not going to penalize you here because you got an open space in front of you. But this is what's known as a hard corner.
Mm-hmm.
So he has an armor class bonus. So I'm not going to take away your critical success on this. So, just so you know, in the future.
Yes.
32 points. Ah! Because I
He
love
will
bastard
get-
swords.
He will then proceed to get a boot in his chest, so he stumbles backwards, we hope. Which means that I'm gonna shove him. Try to. 32.
You need a 23. 32. That's a success. You'll knock him back 5 feet. You can follow up. Where would you like him? Towards the edge? Right there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You want to follow up?
Can I actually follow up unless it's a critical?
You stride after it.
Oh, you can stride after it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I will. And I will then proceed to... Let's see, can I will try to trip that one.
A little
Right
trip
to the
action.
north. Yes.
What is this, acrobatics?
Let's see, this is -10, so 23. I assume.
Athletics? Trip. Against reflex DC. You got a hand free to do this, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, and that's against this one?
Against the one to the north, yes.
Can you see my ping?
Yes, it's that one.
Okay, reflex DC. Okay, what'd you get?
23.
That is a success.
Cool.
Which
So
means
he's
the target
prone,
falls and lands prone.
and Draug is done.
There it is.
And I need to do a fortitude save, right?
Yeah, I think you're okay. You're okay. Norian's okay. Did I skip anybody? Agatha, you will have to make one, Agatha.
Okay.
Make your fortitude save. When your turn started, I should have remembered this.
Will I need to make one at the top of the stairs here?
You will.
Okay.
30.
All right. So, Cadwin, you're after Draug.
Cadwin will grin at Cypher as she comes back to him and focus his attention back on the creatures ahead. He'll go ahead and cast guidance on himself. And he'll
Make your fortitude save before you do that guidance.
score.
Yeah, the stench up here is horrible. Rise up. Okay, you're good. You won't have to check again.
Then he'll move up to this guy here. And he will strike him. We're going to use a free action. We're using Divine Weapon.
This guy is vulnerable. This guy you're targeting is very vulnerable. He's only got an armor class of 19. That's a critical hit. Alright, describe how you kill him.
After Catalan grins at Cypher when she comes back, he prays to try to give him strength to fell these vile creatures and charges forward with a dwarvish war cry and brings his warhammer down on the skull, crushing it, and gives another war cry of victory.
Excellent. All right. Let's see. You're done? Okay, we're going to move on. Very good. The dwarf kicks some ass. It's these creatures next. What's left of them? All right, the two in front of you, Draug. These guys are pissed. They're nasty. This one in the back catches himself and begins to lash at you with a series of blows with its fists. What's your armor class?
25.
That's a miss. Let's see. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Did it roll? I don't know. You failed. This one in front of you attempts to intimidate you. He's going to try and demoralize you. As he rears up with his arms straight up in the air and banging his fists and feet on the stones. It's going to be an intimidation roll against your will DC. What is your will DC? It's 10 plus your will save modifier.
I have +3 in Wiz.
So 13?
Sorry. Will is 15. Sorry.
So 25. Ooh, it's a critical success because it rolled a natural 20.
Oh no.
So that happened. Demoralize. Doesn't happen too often. Demoralize. Let's see. It was success. Natural 20, critical success. The target becomes frightened too. You're horrified at the sight of this creature. It's terrible.
Oh.
Okay. Next, it's going to attempt a Calabria now that you're debuffed. Let's see. Does that count as an attack? No. Okay, so this will be his first attack. Tries to Calabria. Misses horribly. Just horrible. Its third and final action is another attack. Oh, I rolled a 1. It's terrible over here. Terrible over here, folks. The one in front of you, Anorian, this one right here, he's also going to attempt a Calabria with some fists.
Armor class 25.
Thump, thump, thump. That is a miss. That one's a hit. The final one is a miss, so you're going to take 1 hit. It's going to be normal. 15 points of bludgeoning damage. Also make a fortitude save.
$27.
27.
And how much damage? 12?
15. 15 damage. Lastly, the one up here against you, Agatha. What's your armor class, Agatha?
It should be 21.
Right. Alright, this one manages to Calabria a couple times. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage. He got you twice. It's cackling as it does so. You'll die now. Soon it will be. As he comes down on you, rains of fists come down upon you. Sorry. Oh. Okay, they're done. We're going to go on to Cypher. Oh, wait a minute. Make a fortitude save twice. Agatha. Okay, make one more. Uh-oh.
$17.
Okay. You're up. Cypher, go ahead and make a fortitude save. You feel liquids coming up into your throat. Something is making you gasp. It's making it hard to breathe. And you spit out this liquid. You're okay.
Gross.
It is. It's horrible. Big old hacker.
Hopefully that didn't mess with my singing voice. She clears her throat and then continues to sing this courageous anthem. So I'll cast that. So everybody drag that spell effect, please, if you want the buff. Yeah, and she's going to... I can't remember if this worked well or not. But she's kind of like between her two buddies here. She's gonna direct this attack at this one. She's casting Produce Flame. I got 30.
30. Go ahead. You hit him. Ah! It was a hard shot. Your friends are in the way, but you got him.
12 fire damage.
Okay, it only does 7. But you hit him.
Alrighty. That's it.
Excellent. We're going to go on to the next round, which is round 3. It's starting with the creatures. I thought you were up first, Honorian.
So did I.
Yeah, there's been one extra creature that popped into the top for some reason. The one that is prone. Probably has like split off.
Yeah, he's suddenly dead, and he's in the tracker.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, I actually did 1 additional damage. Just for some reason didn't calculate, but I had my Inspired Courage as well. So it would have been 13, if that matters.
Alright, let's try and figure out what's going on here. This one is dead. This one shouldn't be here. Okay, that solves that. He's also at 0 hit points. I think Draug smashed him a few times too, so I'm gonna assume he was actually close to dying, and you killed him, Cypher. Because I'm not sure.
Oh.
Sometimes it'll kill guys when I'm not expecting it. I don't remember how many hit points he had, but I'll kill him. Because I wasn't paying attention. So he's dead. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so you got him. Alright, Anaheim, you're up.
Nice.
Gonna spell strike with Phase Bolt. The one up top.
I just realized something. I was supposed to go before Cypher before she went. I just realized something.
Oh yeah, because it was the enemy. Yeah, we totally skipped Agatha.
It's fine. It's fine. All good.
God.
So that's a hit. So we'll deal normal damage for the... There's your normal bludgeoning damage. And then we got to roll spell damage. And this is piercing, by the way. We took 11 plus another 18 piercing.
Yeah, it is screwing up on me, which probably means Cypher didn't kill that one.
And then for my last action, I'm going to command Grizzleton again.
All right, hold on. What am I going to do here? I can't do this manually. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right, so you did 18 piercing, 11...
And 11 bludgeoning.
11 bludgeoning. Okay, so that's another 18. I have to manually do this, so give me a second here. 18. Then I gotta refresh this page, so I won't do this no more. All right. Grizzleton's next.
Yeah. And he's going to move up and over behind the creature that I just hit. And he's going to bite it with the jaws.
Go ahead.
That's a critical hit.
Roll your damage.
So the creature will take another 18 piercing.
Okay, I gotta write that down.
Yeah, I think I did that right. 11 bludgeoning for the Warhammer, 18 from the spell, and 18 from Grizzleton. Yep.
Grizzleton. I love Grizzleton.
He's going to be interesting. I'm enjoying this so far.
He's just a little guy. But he's got a bite and a claw.
Yep. But that'll be it for me.
All right, let's try and finish this round. If I could get into the screen here. I have to refresh. We'll finish this round and take a break. 18 points piercing. Anybody else having issues with Foundry tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't. I have to add and reduce hit points from the character sheet.
Yeah, I had to do that.
It's been good for me.
Oh yeah, sure.
Knock on wood. Not yet.
I know, knock on wood.
You just got here, Ted, okay?
I mean, it's just my fault then.
No.
Nah,
If I'm
just
not
technology.
if I'm not paying attention, you know how I use the token. I click on the hit points and put negative whatever. And then hit enter. If I'm not paying attention, it might not actually register. I'll put in -10, but it won't do anything. I'll just put a minus symbol. And when I hit enter, because I didn't put nothing in, it's not recognizing it, it kills them. It puts them at 0.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Which is what happened there with Cypher's kill. But that's okay. Would have killed him anyway. She's got that dastardly whip. God, terrible. Alright, let's see. -18. There it works. Hit enter. Boom. Alright. Next, You're done, right, Kyle?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, Draug. You're up.
So, as the icy fingers of fear claws at Draug's heart, maybe even more so since the horrible creature in front of him suddenly bursts into flame and screams, he will attack the guy in front of him.
Okay.
So here we go. Whoopa. That is a miss. He will attack it again. And he will critically miss. I'll try to trip it. That is a 25.
25.
So 35 minus 10. 25.
That is... That's it.
Yes. The Draug is done, and I will go AFK real fast.
So that trips him, so he's prone. Where's the prone? There it is. Oh, flip. That guy that Cypher killed was prone too. This guy isn't prone, is he? No. Alright, so that guy fell over. We're going to go on to the next one, which is Cadwin. These guys are dropping like flies.
Alright, so fortitude save.
Yeah.
The stench.
No. I think you made your check before, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you're okay. You don't need to make one.
So he will cast guidance on himself again. And he will move.
Gods be with me. Okay, striding forward through the stench.
Now from here, can I shove that guy?
I can't hear you. You're
Oh, I said,
really low.
from where I'm at, can I just shove that guy in front of Agatha?
Yeah, you can force your way through there. Agatha's not going to stop you.
Mm-mm.
That was hard. I didn't know if that was a hard corner.
It is, but it's a shove. You're going against his, I think, reflex DC. I think.
It's fortitude DC.
Fortitude DC, right. So go ahead and make your athletics check. It's going to be... You need a 23, and that won't do it.
You got +1. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. That's 3 actions.
As you step forward and you're focused on this, you do see something small right behind you, right next to Agatha. You haven't seen this creature before. Like maybe it distracted you from focusing on this creature that's attacking Agatha. But it's some kind of bear. He looks vicious on the token, but it's actually just a little guy.
Oh, I hope he's on our side.
Alright, that's my bear. That's Grizzleton. Honorian shouts as he kind of bats a claw away.
Mm-hmm. What is this on the map? Somebody put something down? What is that? Let me get rid of that. Alright, creatures. Well, let's go up here with Agatha. Let's see if I could pound you into submission again. What's your armor class again?
21.
So yeah, it does in fact hit you. And that is going to be a crit. 26 bludgeoning damage. As its fists rain down upon you once again. Now you're holding your own. Ooh, now you're not. 12 hit points left. Ouch, you've taken a beating. Give me a fortitude save. 1. 1 fortitude save. Okay. Next, we're going to go to this guy down here. I don't believe he's prone, no. But he is off guard. He's going to attack you, Enorian.
Class 25, unless he gets close. Because I do have a reaction.
Oh, you have a reaction?
Oh, I do indeed.
Is it something going to change your armor class? Alright, so he hit with the 25.
Just the 25?
That's his first attack.
Okay. Emergency charge. I get to raise my shield.
Okay, raise it. That's
Armor
gonna make
class
him miss.
27.
Okay, his second attack was a 32. That's
That'll be hit normal.
27. That's going to be normal. And his final attack, I'm doing these all at once to speed it up. It's going to be a miss. So let's roll some normal damage for the one that got through. It's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And he's done. This creature down here by Draug, the one he pushed or shoved, he's got his balance now. He's lying prone, however. He's going to stand up for an action. Draug, do you have a reactive strike?
Yes.
You can use it here. As he stands up, you can clobber him.
Thank you. I will. I miss. Because why not?
He is still considered prone while doing this. So 19 armor class. You just miss.
Oh, I need to take away one frighten at the end of my last turn. So, yeah, actually, I get 19 by that.
Yeah. Oh, did you get 19? Let me look again.
Yes, I do. I was frightened 2, but I should be frightened 1. So, yeah, I got 19.
Well, that frighten goes down at the end of your turn, I think. I could be
Yes.
wrong.
Oh,
I think it goes down at the end of your turn.
At the end. And
All
Drow goes after me.
Alright, so he did miss.
yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
he stands up. He's got 2 more actions. Gonna give you a clobber. These guys are good at clobbering with their fists. Not with that
Mainly
one.
angry fists.
One more. It's a 23. Armor class 24. It just misses. Alright, so he's done. That finishes them. We're going to go to Agatha.
Alright. First action, she's going to move to stand behind Cadwin. Last action, she's going to cast Malicious Shadow on the creature.
Wall of text. What does it look like?
Basically, think of a dark phoenix rising slowly up behind him and trying to pierce it with its claws almost. Almost using the creature's own shadow as a base.
You choose the type of damage, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, when you cast the spell. So what kind of damage will this be?
It'll be piercing.
Okay. That's such a cool spell. So much potential for a good, solid descript.
Is that a hit?
I don't know, I'm reading it. The shadow vanishes if the target ceases to cast a shadow. Alright, you got a 24. That's going to hit. So it'll do damage right away. 14 points of piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, not working. I have to get out my calculator. All right. So every time it moves, is it attacked? If you
Let me
sustain
see
it,
here.
you have to
Yes.
sustain it.
Yep.
So this lasts until I don't know. You're gonna have to read this and remind me. Got to move on here. Cypher, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to continue my courageous anthem so we can re-drag it. Because this should have automatically been, fallen off. And she's not quite sure which to target, but for the sake of the party, she's going to cast Soothe. Oops. Okay, perfect. We'll cast it at 3rd level here. And this is for Agatha. 23. And you also get to drag the spell effect onto your character for Soothe. Alright, and that's my turn.
All right, let's take like a 5-minute break. And we'll pick this up. All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, folks. Be
Yeah,
right
sounds
back.
good.
Intermission time.
I'll be right back.
Take a short little break here. And we'll be right back for the part 2. All right, here we are, part 2. Right in the middle of a combat. Another resource draining encounter. That's what this is. Slowing you guys down. We're going to pick up where we left off. This is going to be round 4. At the top of round 4, Norian, you're up. Start us off.
Yes, sir. I'm going to do a regular strike on the creature that's in front of me that Grizzleton has flanked. That's a critical hit.
Critical hit.
That'll be 36 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, 36. Nothing he can do about it. It's 36. You're not affected by the moisture in the air. You've already resolved that with your previous fortitude saves, so you're good.
Second action, he's going to recharge his spell strike, and third action, I'm going to give Grizzleton 2 actions. Honorian's going to whistle and kind of point over to where Cadwin and the other creature are fighting. Go help them. I think we have a handle here. And yeah, that's just exactly what Grizzleton's going to do. He's going to go wading in. Cadwin, you see this grizzly bear cub just kind of spin around on its heels and lunge at this creature.
Cadwin kind of ducks and dives towards the walls. Ah! He's over there!
No, not gonna happen on that one. So,
Give yourself a hero point, Kyle. Playing him well. I'm enjoying it.
well, that was going to be my question. Can I use hero points on Grizzleton?
You get it at the end of your turn. Well, I gave it to you right now. He's got another turn, right? Another round or action?
No, but I have a hero point already.
Well, I'm giving you another one.
Yeah, but can I use my hero point for Honorian on Grizzleton is
Yeah.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Then we're going to re-roll that then.
Does his character sheet have his own hero points? Well, he's going to use yours.
Yeah, so
Let's just
I
use yours.
used one and then I'll put one back. So, but that's a hit. So this will be normal damage. So 11 points slashing.
Tears into the creature's flesh. It screams and howls in pain at this new creature it faces.
Yeah, that's going to be it for me. 5-foot step attacks. Did my thing down there.
Yep, Draug.
Draug is tired of fighting these small blue bastards, but something that was effective was to lay them flat on their back, so he will try to do that.
Okay.
And he rolls a 19.
What was it? The reflex DC? Was it reflex DC?
The
trip?
What was it?
Yeah, reflex DC.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you just got him. You just trip him. Ah! Oh.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna lay into him with my bastard sword.
Bastard.
Bastard. 21.
That's definitely going to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah, he's got a 19 armor class.
Then we roll for damage. That would be a 12 damage.
Very nice combo. Minus 12. Give yourself a hero point. Well done.
Thank you.
I
I
like that.
will chop at the horrible creature again with a 22. So I will roll damage
There you
for that
go.
as well.
Nice.
There
This
you
is,
go.
This is good. I like it.
13 damage. And then Draug is not.
Okay. You don't have to worry about that fortitude and your...
And he's not frightened anymore.
Yeah, how do you like that? Did that with all
Lovely.
that frightened stuff going on. Nice. Okay, and you got your hero point?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I don't
Kedwin,
know.
you're up.
All right. Cadwin will first turn to Agatha, calling upon and try to bring health back to his companion. Cast heal upon her.
Two action.
One action heal. As he's casting the heal spell, he'll hold on to a wee bit of that divine energy and use his divine weapon ability, channel it into his warhammer, where he will turn to this blue, freaky-looking thing and smash into it with his hammer.
$24. Did you make your healing roll?
Did.
I didn't see how much you healed.
Oh.
Do that. 2 points. And your attack also hits. That's normal hit, so what are your damage for that? Agatha, you got 2 hit points back.
She DM'd me saying that she had to restart her computer.
Alright, I'll add 2 points. And damage here, 19.
And we'll smash into it again.
Be descriptive here. Give you a hero point. Ooh, nice hit.
As he follows through with the back swing, he levels it at the creature's legs, trying to take them out from underneath it, down this blue creature. Can't think tonight.
Yeah. Really hesitant to give you that hero point, but yeah, go ahead. Give yourself a hero point.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, if I don't earn it, don't give it to me, but thank you.
Damage. Nope. Didn't kill it, but it's close. You're all done, right?
That is it.
Okay, we're going to go on to the creatures themselves. What's left of them? Do they run away? Do they continue to fight? Oh, they're savages. They want to finish you off. We're going to start down to on the south here. We're going to do a series of strikes against this half-naked barbarian. He's going to try and clobber you, Draug.
Oh no!
While he's on the ground, he's trying to smash at your legs. 24. Oh,
I
you
got
just
25.
missed. Yeah, you just missed. Okay, he spends an action standing up. So let's get rid of that. And then he's going to... Yeah, he's going to continue on you for his next attack. Now he stood up. You do have a reactive strike. Do you want to strike him?
Yes, I will
Go ahead.
strike him. Chop chop. 28. Should be a hit.
1929. Almost a crit. He had 19 armor class at the time, so 29.
So I lay into him with 12 damage as he stands up into my sword.
Then he's up, and then he spends his final action attacking. Make you pay! He's probably talking Underdark. 12 is going to be a miss. So no check for your fortitude. Okay, we're going to go to this one. One that's near death, right in front of you, Anorian. Are you ready for clamor time? It whispers
Are
to
you ready to die, creature?
Do you speak Undercommon?
Yep, sack froth.
Ooh, he got a critical.
By how much?
He got a 34 on a natural 20. Nothing you
Armor
can do
class
about that.
25. Yeah, just barely critical.
Just barely, is it? He got you.
Yeah, armor class 25. So
Okay, let's roll some critical. And give me a fortitude save.
okay. A 21.
You're perfect. Okay, Mr. Perfect, you're going to take 20 points of bludgeoning. Let's see. He's going to hop back with a 5-foot step. Almost bumping into Agatha, who let's see, he's going to whip around and try and clobber her. It's his final action. With the 21, he hits you with the 27. You're being clobbered, Agatha. $16 points of bludgeoning. And give me a fortitude save.
She's not here, boss.
Can you roll it for her? She needs a 21. If not, I'll do it.
I don't have access to hers.
All right, let me roll it.
Got access to everybody else's but hers.
I got it. She gets a 617. Let me reveal that. I wonder if she has a hero point. She does not. Okay. Noted. Alright, he's done. There's one more, right? This one up here. He's going to clobber the bear.
Class
Nasty
22.
creature. Missed. I think I missed. I'm a class 22. I could have 25. That's it. Okay, damage. 10. 10 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Nope, that's a miss. It's got one more. Again against the bear. Nope. Alright, so that's the end of them. We're going to move on to Agatha. I don't see Dizzy in the game. Is she in the game?
Nope, you're not in the game or in the Discord, boss.
So she left.
She had to restart.
Yeah, she's probably still restarting.
Okay. Alright, Agatha, what is she going to do? Let me take a quick gander at her sheet here. She's going to... Getting kind of fearful of the situation. She's got one behind her, one in front of her. She's got the dwarf and a bear.
That's right. It's got to get past Cypher and me before it does any lasting damage.
I don't want to do anything crazy here. She's going to take a move. She's going to... There's 20. What's her speed? 25. And She's going to ready in action. I'll leave her figure what that is if she comes back. She's going to ready in action. I'm going to go to Cypher.
Yeah, going to continue the Courageous Anthem. It seems to have helped in a few occasions, so let's keep this going.
Yes, my bear is greatly appreciative. He kind of purrs at you, I guess. Yeah,
Never had a
good.
bear purr at me before.
Yeah, he kind of purrs as he hears your music. There, just.
Alright, so after singing this Courageous Anthem, perhaps I'm singing it along as I walk towards the enemy. Once I am within 5 feet of them, I'm going to quick draw my whip and
Whoopa!
crack it right in their face.
Here it
Now
comes.
let's see if they
Gonna break
manage
the
to
sound
duck out of the
barrier.
way.
Yeah, second Cypher, get him.
I'll hero point that.
I think
'cause-
that's a hit.
Oh, wait, 21, right? Oh, wait, and he's...
Mhm.
I don't know if he's actually pushed down, but...
No,
not
he
pushed
shouldn't
down.
be off guard now because Grizzleton
Yeah.
moved away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he's off guard now. But yeah, 21? Yeah, so then that's it. No hero point required.
This guy?
Excellent. Yes.
He's got a 19 armor class or 21.
Alright, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna roll damage. 4 damage!
4
A
damage.
whopping 4 damage!
Oh my.
Okay. Hiss.
I don't want to get too rusty with this thing. Gotta break it out every now and again. And that's my turn.
Very good. Still got some hero points to dish out. Give yourself a hero point, Cypher, for using the whip. It's been a while. Feels good. Feels really good. Good sound effects, too.
Thanks.
Okay, Enorian.
Yeah, seeing Cypher kind of produce a whip, and Orion will kind of look over. I thought I was the only one that was bold enough to use such a weapon. And going to spell strike with Vitality Lash. So,
Like the sound of that.
if this hits, the creature, well, let me roll to see if it's going to hit first.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So, it's going to take that for the bludgeoning, and then I need it to make a Fortitude save, DC 22. Basic. This is vitality damage.
Failed.
So it's going to take 13 damage from the bludgeoning strike, and it's going to take 16 points of vitality damage as well.
Alright, describe the kill. And give yourself a hero point.
Yeah, seeing kind of made that note to Cypher, and then he's going to kind of look over at her. Would you like to see my whip? And as he pulls the warhammer back, like you can see this bright, vibrant energy begin to just make strands along the head of the warhammer till it forms this really long whip, and he literally cracks it, and the crack echoes in this little chamber, kind of sounds like a very loud whap, as the creature is literally severed in half. And for last action, I'm going to give Grizzleton 2 more actions. He's going to do a whistle, pretty high-pitched one, and Grizzleton's going to continue the assault.
Okay, armor class 21.
.31 critical hit.
Critical hit. 24 hit points. Come on. Ugh.
10. Yeah. 10 points of slashing. But I can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that again. Hit again.
Okay.
plus another 7.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Near death. Near death. Draug, you're up.
Draug sees that the creature in front of him is close to dying, bleeding from all orifices, so
Push him off.
he goes in for the kill. And he hit the
Do it,
creature.
do it.
Get him! Get him!
And does 12 damage.
Bite him on the ankle. There you go.
What are you using? The bastard sword?
Yes.
I should just click the button here.
And he will chop at the creature again.
Push him in the water.
And misses.
Oh! He's got 2 hit points.
I will re-roll that.
Yes,
Yay.
you will, my good son.
4 hit points,
I
actually.
crit him.
Yeah.
And with a swift strike, I cut off his head and soccer kick it out into the pool below.
There you go. That right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's how soccer was created in Pathfinder, right there.
Roll the
Does
damage
anything-
to see how bad this is.
Does anything leap out of the water and eat the head?
16.
16. He had 4 hit points left.
Ooh.
Do you knock him into the water?
Yeah, the head.
The head goes lopped off into the water. Right where the chuls were living and had a nest.
And then Draug strikes up here. And it's done.
Very good. I gave you your hit point before, your hero point before, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
You're good. Next is Cadwin.
Cadwin, tired of this mess, will simply lay into the
Tired of this shit.
series of the flurry of hammer strikes.
It's the last one. Finish him off before they run away.
Oh yeah, Ted.
Yep. Critical hit. He's got 7 hit points. Describe how you slice and dice this creature.
Hearing the sound of one of this creature's fellows have its head sliced off and get kicked off, hearing Draug do his deeds, do his work, inspires Cadwin to take his hammer, wielding it in both hands, and swinging it, calling out to the name of Trud, "Give me strength to finish this foul beast." And the hammer smashes into the corpse, smashing down in through the head, into the chest cavity of itself, destroying the creature. As he pulls the hammer free with a sickening slurp sound, he kicks the corpse into the water behind it and gives thanks to the gods above.
Excellent work. Very good. I gave you your hero point too, right? I think I did. You just started. You should be good. All right. Well, that was the last of the beings, these beasts that appeared hiding under this carcass. But you made good of them. All of you working as a team, including the bear. So, you all got a few moments to catch your breath as everything goes silent except for the waterfall, the little stream, as it drifts over the cliff edge 20 foot down, splashing into the water. Into the murky, stagnant water. We'll end the
As he
encounter.
kind of kicks the creature in there, Grizzleton will kind of look over at him as Anorian approaches. Well, we certainly finished off that fight. Have you encountered many of these creatures before? He's saying this to everybody.
Okay. I'm like, yes, we've encountered these disgusting, filthy creatures just a few other times, but they're not the worst things we've seen down here. Not by far.
What else have you seen?
Well, imagine it. And then, yeah, we've seen it. Giving more sarcasm. But really, we've seen large crustacean-like creatures, floating giant worms.
My favorite.
It's just hard to describe everything without wasting all of our time going through it.
Indeed.
We don't have the luxury to read it in our biographies. You can find this info in my memoirs.
Indeed, I will. And he kind of sees his warhammer bit, pulls out his book, this big book that's literally chained to his waist. And he begins flipping through the pages. I will have to make a note of these creatures. They did not seem to like much of my spells, though they did seem to be somewhat resistant to fire. And he's gonna look to the dwarf. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you, dwarf. I'm an Orion. This is Grizzleton.
Cadwin kind of eyeballs the grizzly bear. So this is your walking carpet then?
Oh, my dear dwarf, I wouldn't necessarily call him a carpet. He gets very offended very easily.
Well, as long as he's not like my cousin and stays away from the ale, we'll get along fine.
He will stay away from the ale. However, I cannot promise such a thing. You look to be some type of cleric. You patch our wounds.
Aye, I can do that. I'm Cadwin. Shred will give us the strength we need to complete this mission.
Noreen will offer a hand to him. A pleasure.
He'll grip it in a warrior's handshake. Oh, who is hurt?
I think it's just Noreen and Grizzleton for right now.
And
Agatha as well.
Okay. So if you'll come with me, we can handle this fairly quickly.
Indeed, lead on. Cypher, if I might burden you for a few moments of your time.
You might.
You appear to be an elven. What kind of elf are you? Can you see in the dark?
Is that how you categorize the elven kind?
Yes, I do.
Whether they can see in the dark?
Yes, I do. He
Well,
kind
I don't know how.
He is totally joking. Like, you can tell that he is totally joking by that.
Well, I am of what the humans call a cavern elf. To put it into very layman terms for you.
So was my father.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Is this the life he enjoyed? Not many enjoy the secluded life that the cavern elves lead.
No, he was a very cruel individual. But I might have need of your eyes. Would you be opposed to maybe looking ahead at the path up there?
Of course.
Would you like to take Grizzleton with you?
Absolutely not.
He is very perceptive. His sense of smell is rather acute.
That may be, but as much as I enjoy animals, I'm sorry, as much as I don't enjoy animals, I have a nature plus 2. As much as I don't enjoy animals, um, I can't trust him as far as I can throw him. Let's just say. Um, to me, this is a wild animal. I'd rather travel alone.
Very well. Be careful.
So I'm going to go back where Agatha was at the little corner when she got kind of ambushed by the other guy. And I'm going to look ahead with my dark vision, although I don't think I need dark vision to look this far ahead because I can see it in color. And usually if it's in dark vision, it's black and white.
Could be my light spell on my gauntlet. Casting up that far.
It could be, but it would have been it would be cut off in certain areas, and I can see blue here from water, and like these I'm assuming I can see in color because they emit light of their own. Their own like bioluminescent.
So as she kind of peeks in there and is drawn further to see what lies ahead, what are the rest of you doing? Where are you positioned?
I'm going to do treat wounds on Agatha.
Okay, you go ahead and do that.
Going to use a focus point heal animal on Grizzleton.
Okay, you do that. So you're doing some healing. It's taking some time.
That's just a focus spell, so once I do that, then I'll spend another 10 minutes to refocus while he's treating wounds.
Right.
Drag will hang out at the north where the Cypher is disappearing into the dark. Far away from the party.
Another hour passed. Okay, so that's where you guys are. You're all down there. Okay. Draug, you were at the edge there near the carcass, looking out. You
where
can
I am now.
As you were at, let me finish. As you were at the edge looking out, you see below 20 feet, you can see the dock, you can see the boat. You can see where there was a battle that you guys fought at the dock with these Chul creatures. You see the head floating. And keep in mind, there's a mist here as well. So it's not perfect vision. You can see maybe 30 feet to the north, along the walls of this lake cavern, you see rising from the water what looks like a pillar of stone, about 30 foot up. So it's a little higher than where you are. And there's a cage setting atop it. Your eyes wander back to the north, and Cypher, you move up behind Cypher. You're walking along to the left where there's this little stream where the water is falling over the ledge. You can hear this soft sound as you trail in behind Cypher. Cypher, your eyes don't need to adjust very much because in this room there is a glow. It seems to be coming from the fungus. It seems to be growing all through this wet room. You can see where the stream goes up further. I'm going to bring you in, even if you don't really go to where I'm showing you. I want you to see a little bit more than where you're at, just for descriptive sake. 4 small streams flow through this chamber. You can see them just up ahead. Fed by a dark pond against the west wall. That's over here. Can you see that little pond?
Yes, I can.
The streams divide the chamber into what looks like islands, each covered with lichen, mildew, and mushrooms, succulent mushrooms. Bioluminescent fungi and strange motes of light bathe the place in an eerie illumination, playing off the water to form odd shapes in the cavern's walls. Like humanoid apparitions, Cypher, gliding through the air. Water flowing along the sides of the islands, echoes off the walls in weird ways, like harsh whispers. Harovex has risen. There is nothing you can do, the overlapping echoes say. The sound is hypnotizing and strangely calming. You feel at peace here. Go ahead and make a society check if you would like. Haravex, of course, rings in your memory. Belcora. That is her family name. Haravex has risen. Do you go in any further? And I'm going to put you back a little bit. This is about as far as I think you would want to go, I guess. That's up to you.
Yeah. She'd turn back and just speak to whomever is the closest to her and share this information.
Draug, you can make a blind perception roll as well to see if maybe you picked up on these sounds. Because you're at the mouth of the room. There's a possibility. But you didn't see what she said or saw. So if you think you'd be paying that much attention, okay. You can hear faint whispers in the room as well, Draug. It's quite comforting. It's very inviting. Something about that chamber. Though you can't make out the words. You almost think it was Cypher talking to herself. Maybe it was just the stream.
So I look at Cypher and kind of nod up ahead into the chamber as if, like, let's go. I'm behind you.
Alright, is this something we want to tell the others?
Draug shrugs and, like, looks over at them and sighs as they are, patching themselves up and talking.
Alright, well, Cypher's going to direct, like, a very distinct, like, whistle, kind of like, hey, look over here. And then she'll proceed forward with Draug.
As she whistles, Grizzleton growls. And then, Honoring and Grizzleton will happily follow suit.
All right. I'm going to assume they're a little bit ahead of you. I'll take you to right about here. And the rest of you, I'll assume you've finished your work there after about 10 minutes, and I'll put you right at the mouth. This isn't in your marching order, but...
Cadwin will bring up the rear, making sure everybody else is okay.
Alright. I'm not going to put you in marching order, I'm just going to put you up here. I got you marching order. Just to indicate you're in the room. Now, as you get closer, Cypher, and you hear the whispers, it's very calming, but you're being as stealthy as you can. You see something. Near the water's edge, in fact, right here.
Oh boy, I have to go. It's 10:42.
I want to show you something before you go.
Okay, real quick.
This is what you see. It's got its back to you, and it's clinging to something.
Oh, great.
Thanks for the nightmares.
Oh, I remember this scene.
Look familiar? But when you see this, it's got its back to you. And as soon as you come a little bit closer where I've got you, it does notice you. It turns about and it looks and it sees both you and Draug, but it looks away. It's holding on to something. You can't see what it is. But it's something big, almost like a big piece of glass. Something that almost looks like a lens. And we'll leave it at that. As the rest of you follow suit and come up behind them. We'll pick up the next session from there, which is perfect timing. Okay? All right, Cypher. Thanks for playing tonight, and give us your outro.
Yeah, thanks for hosting. Glad we're, things slowly progressing. We only made it like 2 rooms up ahead.
Yep.
But
I'm sorry.
No issues there. It's good to get like a check-in on what equipment we have. And it was kind of cool to get into a fight and see what Honorian's all about. See how well we all kind of work together with that. Everything went pretty smoothly. Yeah, look forward to the next session and what we decide to do. I do have to head out. I've got work tomorrow. So have a good night, everybody.
Take care, Rich.
Yep,
Bye.
you as well. Thanks for
Good night.
playing.
Oops, that's the wrong
Oh,
picture.
God.
This is what that lens looks like.
Oh, yeah. The last time I fought one of these creatures was in a 10-foot wide room, and it was just Bjorn that was brave enough to go in, and I found myself flat on my back bleeding out. That was a party.
Yeah. And as you guys catch up, because I don't think Cypher and Bjorn would step any further at this point, you'd eventually get up here, side by side, right where Cypher is, and you'd see this. As I read the description, you notice here in the southwestern corner, up above, there is like a rise of the ground, almost like a little ledge that you'd have to climb to get up there. But it looks like it leads off into some type of little corridor. Other than that, there's just these little water streams coming down off the walls or through the walls, leading into this pool area. Let me move you up here. There's Grizzleton.
Yeah, if we could, before the end of the session, I'd like to try to roll Arcana
Go ahead. For
and
what?
see if I can identify that orb that he has in his hand. That lens, or whatever. See if it's magical of any nature.
That's going to be really tough. It just looks like a big piece of glass, but go ahead. Recall knowledge. This will be... any of the 4 traditions, or crafting.
Arcana coming at you. And if it's a fail, I'd like to use a hero point.
Well, hold on. I have to figure what it would be. You're not trying to identify a creature or anything. This is just a thing. Let me see what that thing is. Okay. $32. It's some kind of lens. A fulcrum lens. Something you would see maybe on the lighthouse.
Interesting.
But this creature, more noticeably, is like wrapping its arms around it, clinging to it, holding it tight. Being silent and quiet, paying you no attention even as you draw near, but it knows you're there. It glances over occasionally, but pays you no attention. Doesn't look like the room is doesn't look like there's a place for it to sleep. There's no food or bones. It's just just hanging out here in this cave. You do notice, Bjorn, and you all notice this now, there is whispers along the walls. The shadows look like they're coming alive from the bioluminescence in this room, the lights that are in here. Even with the light that you produce, Bjorn, you can see those shadows dancing along the walls, humanoid-like shapes. And you do hear these whispers. Cypher would be quick to say they're speaking of Belcora. Those whispers, they say she's alive. Can you hear it? You all nod in agreement. That is what you hear. There's something mesmerizing, if not hypnotizing, about this chamber. You all feel it. And whatever that creature is embracing, it's some kind of lens, and you get the sense it has something to do with the lighthouse above. It's a giant fulcrum lens. And that's where we'll leave it. Unless you guys want to make any more checks or anything, we're going to leave it there.
No, I'm good.
Wish they had a better picture. I didn't expect this picture here to be what it was going to show
Yeah.
me.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw that
hell
picture,
no.
yep. As soon as I saw that picture, my heart dropped.
That must be the lens in his hand there, but that's too small. How big is this thing? It's kind of important to know. I guess it's not that big. Let me see. Okay. Its size is medium, so it's actually got to be pretty big. Let me read this description a little bit. But anyway, that's what you see in this chamber. So you guys can think about that, what that could be, and what this is about. I did give you hints in earlier sessions, so you should be able to remember what I said. I hope.
My mind's going a few places.
Alright, folks, we're going to call it there. That's our session. Next week is... Well, probably to do this as part 2. I don't know. Either that or episode 96. But this was a good episode. Interesting. Had a long, drawn-out combat. My favorite types. Just drain those resources. Had some good role-play in the beginning as we introduced a new character. Honorian. Well done, Kyle. You did great with him. And what's your plans with Honorian? What'd you think tonight about Honorian?
I loved it.
Enjoy it?
With Bjorn, it's, I'm missing that always hitting type of thing with Honorian, but it gives me so much more. Like, I can command the bear, get extra actions from it. I can couple my spell damage with my melee damage, which leads to more damage, which is always good. Plus, it turns it magical. So yeah, I had an absolute blast. Spell-wise, I didn't really use anything outside of cantrips. Just kind of kept it simple on those creatures. Now on this guy, yeah, I might be breaking out the fireball. Yeah, spell strike fireball, but yeah, had an absolute blast. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just the way that we were able to, I can send the bear off to do something like help Ted finish off that creature, or I can have it stay and help me. That's just awesome. It definitely adds another layer, because there's like another I don't really want to say person, but it is kind of like a person.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I like having the bear around. And anybody can have a pet, little animal companion. Imagine if everybody had one.
Yeah, we'd have an
Jeez.
army.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, Grizzleton. You did good on him. I enjoyed it. And how about you, Fred? What's going on? What's on your mind?
Oh yeah, I went through a session without almost dying or even taking damage. I mean, that's awesome.
I liked that was the highlight of my night. One of my highlights of the night was when Fred did a great combo. He tripped the guy and then he just laid into him twice with some attacks. It was great. He debuffed him and then he just weighed into him. That was great. What a great tactic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you get those hits, it's awesome. And my thought behind it was always, I figured out that. Figured out. It sounds like it's some kind of revelation, but yeah, it kind of is. Since it's a 3-action economy, if you lay them flat on the ground, that's one of their actions to stand up, and that is good. And they are debuffed, obviously. Since they're prone, you can hit them easier and whatever.
Yep, off guard -2 armor class.
Yep. Yeah.
That's kind of how I was using an Orion as well. So yeah, fantastic all around, I think.
And I liked when you were shoving them too. I was thinking maybe you'd shove them right into the water, 20 foot below.
Yeah, that was the plan. But since 2 of them died really before I got the chance to do it, I thought that there's no point, when there's 2 half dead alive, we might as well kill them instead of, pushing them into the water.
Good stuff.
But yeah, it was that, I wanted that crit because then it would have been kicked out into the water straight away, first turn. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that
always a pleasure.
It's like I said many times, and you know this, Kyle. Even though the game deals with large numbers, it seems like I have a +20 to hit. Big numbers. Still, those little +1s, those +2s help. Like in the case of debuffing with a -2 on this creature, that increases your chance of not only hitting, but actually increasing your chance of getting a what? Critical hit.
Yep.
Huge difference. It's great. It's great. I really like that about it.
Yeah, like if Fred didn't knock that creature prone, he did not got the critical hit. If I didn't have Grizzleton blanking, I wouldn't have got a critical hit. So it's one of those, yeah, the numbers sound really, really high, but really, if you think about it, if you have a frightened condition -1, that can completely nullify you.
Yeah. I think he had that -1 too for being frightened.
Yeah.
When that happened. And then it went away. Great stuff. What do you think, Ted? What do you think?
So I came in late, but I came into one of the best parts of it was, mid combat. Nothing more fun than jumping straight in from the gate. Much like Drow, one of my highlights was I came out of this without, being near death or without dying once or twice. So that was a bonus. Some minor revelations as I'm, learning a little bit more about it and just learning how things work and just how to combine the stuff together, like using my cantrips to be able to, set up divine weapon for the extra damage, things like that. It was fun. Like I said, my creativity, my brain wasn't quite working tonight, so some of the descriptions were extremely rough. Things just weren't flowing, and but that happened. We all get days like that. Overall, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed the combat. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun seeing the new character in play, seeing the bear out there. I see some side commentary between the bear and the dwarf coming along.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's looking good.
That old rug. Flea bag. Yeah. Pretty soon they'll be feeding them apple chunks in the corner, being all best buddies.
Yeah.
That's great. And more things have been...
Sneaking him ale.
Yeah, getting them drunk. And we got some other things going on with Bjorn and that strange stone, and more things added to the story, the background, things that are happening. We had Farley telling
Ronaldo there. Yeah.
Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldo, the gnome of mystery. The demigod. Yeah, he made an appearance tonight too, didn't he?
Yeah, I was not expecting Ronaldo at all.
I know you weren't. That's why I did it. It all fits in. It all fits into the grand scheme of things. All right, you guys. Great stuff. We're going to call it here, folks. We're going to be back next week again, episode 96. Or is it going to be 95 part 2? We'll see. Till next time, folks, you guys hang in there, and you know why? It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.